Your daily life is probably shaped by these 12 people. Do you know their names? Generations of creators have improved our lives with everything from life-saving tools to toys that stir our imagination. Here are some of the brilliant inventors. Ever wonder who came up with the idea of a metal staircase on high rises to escape fires? What about the citrus hybrid fruit known as Tangelo? What is that all about? And the Lego blocks that have captivated children for decades, where did that come from? Here are 12 people whose inventions changed our history. 1. Anna Connolly, birth and death dates unknown. In 1887, American-born Connolly patented an idea that would save countless lives: the metal fire escape. During the late 19th century, many fires in multi-story buildings forced residents to jump to their deaths. Connolly designed a steel staircase that could be attached to the outside of a building. People could escape down, and firefighters could go up. Fire escapes changed the way buildings were constructed in the early 1900s as cities increasingly included the escapes in their building codes. 2. Ammar ibn Ali al-Masili, d. circa 1010. A 10th century eye doctor is responsible for the invention of the hypodermic syringe. Long before sophisticated ophthalmological techniques, al-Masili developed a method for removing cataracts, a leading cause of blindness. In those days, people who went blind often died shortly after. The groundbreaking syringe was a glass tube that used suction to perform the task. Al-Masili was born in what is now Iraq but moved to Egypt as a young man. The technique he developed roughly 1,000 years ago still influences how cataracts are removed today. This 1864 photograph is believed to be the only one of Chief Seattle, leader of the native Duwamish and Suquamish tribes around Puget Sound in. Read more. Photograph by E. M. Sammies, The History Collection, Alamy. 4. Ellen H. Swallow Richards, 1842–1911. This chemist broke barriers in American science and pioneered sanitary engineering in venues ranging from state to kitchen. After earning a bachelor's degree from Vassar College in 1870, Richards was accepted as a special student at all-male MIT, becoming the first woman in the United States to attend a science school. Her bachelor's degree from MIT was matched by a master's from Vassar the same year. 5. Gregor Mendel, 1822–1884. Mendel was a 19th-century botanist and cleric who discovered the key to plant heredity. In the mid-1800s, he experimented with pea plants to determine how physical traits pass from one generation to the next. The experiments established the basic rules needed to create a hybrid, a cross between two or more parent plants that creates a new variety with desired characteristics. Tangelos, tangerine and pomelo or grapefruit, and tayberries, blackberry and red raspberry, are delicious examples of hybrids. 6. Jane Jacobs, 1916–2006. Jacobs was not a formally trained urban planner and didn't have a college degree, but her grounded, intelligent views on community planning changed the way Americans thought about cities. In her 1961 book, Death and Life of Great American Cities, Jacobs advocated pedestrian-friendly, human-scale neighborhoods featuring short city blocks and mixed-use buildings that encouraged resident interaction. She also staunchly opposed high-rise developments and expressways that bisected neighborhoods, arguing that they disrupted a city's urban fabric and damaged its social cohesion. 7. Louis Pasteur, 1822–1895. A groundbreaking French chemist and microbiologist, Pasteur is responsible for major discoveries that led to the germ theory of disease. He's probably best known for developing the process of pasteurization in the 1860s, in which foods are subjected to high heat to kill harmful microorganisms. Pasteurization was first applied to wine and later to milk and beer. Many of our most common perishable foods, such as fruit juices and dairy products, are now required by law to undergo pasteurization or to be produced using pasteurized ingredients. 8. Marcus Virgilius Euryzaces, circa 50–20 BC. This freed slave of Greek background is credited with inventing the first labor-saving device for bakers, a mechanical dough mixer. Euryzaces attached horses or donkeys to mixing paddles inside a large stone basin. As the animals circled around the platform, the paddles mixed and kneaded the bread dough. 9. Marie Curie, 1867–1934. Born Maria Sklodowska, she was not allowed to go to Warsaw's male-only university in the late 1800s, so she studied math and science on her own, working as a governess to support herself. She moved to Paris and excelled at the Sorbonne, where she received degrees in physics and mathematics and met her physicist husband, Pierre Curie. Together they discovered polonium and radium. Marie came to understand the origin of X-rays and coined the term, radioactivity. In 1903 she was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physics. During World War I, she pioneered portable X-ray machines that were nicknamed Little Curies. Sadly, in 1934 Marie Curie died from long-term radiation exposure. 10. Margaret Knight, 1838–1914. Knight was born in Maine in 1838, had scant schooling, and never traveled far from home. Yet she became one of our nation's most prolific inventors. Before electricity, mills making textiles, shoes, and other products were powered by water wheels turned by rivers, plentiful in New England. Like many other young women, Knight became a factory girl. 11. Ole Kirk Christensen, 1891–1958. 12. Ray Kroc, 1902–1984. As the founder of McDonald's restaurants, Kroc changed the way Americans eat. In 1954, Kroc was selling industrial mixers and visited the California restaurant of two of his best customers, Maurice and Richard McDonald. Kroc was impressed by the assembly line methods the brothers used to make their hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, and milkshakes.